Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I should be further ahead by now? You work hard, you try to stay positive, but somehow, life still feels stuck on repeat. Every day starts to blur. You're chasing big dreams, but it's like running on a treadmill that never moves forward. And here's the crazy part. It's not your job, not your luck, not even your past. The real bottleneck? It's what your mind believes is possible. Because what if? The secret to getting everything you want in life wasn't about grinding harder, but learning how to see it first. This isn't motivational fluff. It's real. And it's called visualization, the most misunderstood success tool of our time. Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." That quote is older than electricity, but here's what's wild. Neuroscience today is finally proving it true. Your brain literally can't distinguish between reality and a vividly imagined experience. In other words, if you can see it clearly enough in your mind, your brain will believe it's already happening. That's where everything changes, not because you magically attract success, but because your thoughts begin to reshape your focus. Your focus shifts your behavior, and your behavior, that's what creates your life. Now pause, because whether you know it or not, you're already visualizing every day. You're just not doing it on purpose. Let me show you what I mean. Ever caught yourself thinking worst-case scenarios? What if I screw up the interview? What if she rejects me? What if I fail again? That's visualization too, just in reverse. You're rehearsing failure, and because the brain responds emotionally to what it imagines, your body tenses up, your self-doubt rises, your decisions shrink. Boom. Self-sabotage. But now imagine flipping that. What if you used that same mental screen to rehearse your wins instead? Let's try something. Close your eyes for just a moment and picture this. You're standing on a quiet mountaintop. The sky is crystal blue, the sun warm on your face. You feel strong, calm, completely in control. You look down at your hands and you're holding the keys to your dream car. You're about to drive down that mountain into the life you've always imagined. Now open your eyes. Did your body shift, even a little? Maybe your breath slowed, your jaw relaxed. That's not imagination, that's neurochemistry. Your mind just rehearsed a better reality, and the more you do that, the easier it becomes for your brain to believe it's possible. See, the most successful people in the world don't just hustle. They see it first. They rehearse the win before they ever touch the ball. Athletes do this, actors do this, millionaires do this. They visualize the outcome and then walk into it like they've already been there. But don't get it twisted. Visualization isn't just fantasy play. It's not about imagining unicorns and yachts while avoiding real life. It's about clarity, precision, identity. Let's break it down. Step 1. Idealization. Think of this like drafting blueprints before building a house. You don't just show up with a hammer and hope for the best. You get specific. You design every detail. In your life, it's the same. I want to be successful isn't enough. You have to ask, what does success look like for me? Where am I living? What time do I wake up? What work do I do that makes me feel alive? This phase, idealization, gives your subconscious GPS the exact coordinates. Without it, you're just drifting. Step 2. Sensory immersion. You've seen those movie directors who obsess over every sound and frame. That's you now. In your visualization, don't just see the scene, feel it, smell it, hear it. Picture walking into your dream office. Feel the leather chair. Hear the hum of focused energy. See your name on the door. Why is this important? Because your subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotion plus repetition. When you make the experience vivid and real, your brain stores it like a memory. And that brings us to a truth most people never realize. Your life will never outgrow your vision. You can hustle all day long, but if the internal image you're holding is foggy, small, or filled with fear, that's the direction your life will follow, because you can't build a dream you've never seen. So, you've got your blueprint. You've imagined it. You've felt it. You've tasted the life you want in your mind. But here's the part most people miss. A clear image isn't enough. You have to wire it into your identity. Let me explain. You ever met someone who wants to be rich, but deep down they believe money is evil? Or someone who wants love, but believes they're not worthy of being chosen? You can't build a mansion on quicksand, because if your internal story contradicts your external vision, your brain will choose the story every time. And that's where visualization becomes your most powerful tool. Not for fantasy, but for identity alignment. See, your brain has this amazing system called the reticular activating system, RAS. Think of it like a filter. It scans your environment every second of the day, asking, what matches what I already believe? And when you start visualizing your dream life with emotion and clarity, you begin telling your brain, this is my new normal. The RAS gets the message, and suddenly, you start noticing things you never saw before. Ideas spark, people show up, opportunities randomly appear, but they were always there. You just weren't tuned into them. Now let's get real. Visualization only works when it's done consistently. Once a week isn't enough. This isn't a one-time wish list. It's daily mental training. Just like going to the gym, you can't lift once and expect results. You show up every day. Why? Because the brain learns through repetition and emotion. You want it to feel so natural that your body starts acting like it's already living that life. Let's say your goal is to be confident on stage. If you visualize every day, feeling the spotlight, hearing the applause, owning the room, you're teaching your nervous system that this is safe, that this is normal. And when the real moment comes, you don't freeze, you flow. Because you've been there 100 times in your mind. Want to try something right now? Let's do a guided mental snapshot. Close your eyes, take a breath, and picture this. You walk into a bookstore. You head to the bestseller section. There, under glowing lights, is your name. On the cover of your published book, you pick it up. The paper feels thick, high quality. You flip through the pages. People are around you, whispering, smiling. You hear someone say, "That's the author right there." And for a moment, you feel pride. Not ego, not arrogance, just deep, earned pride. Now breathe in. Open your eyes. What just happened? You just showed your brain a new possible future. And the more you repeat that, the more familiar it becomes, and your subconscious starts making moves to get you there. But let's make something clear. Visualization is not a shortcut. It's not a replacement for action. It's the ignition. It gives your actions direction. Let's say you want to start a business. If all you do is hustle without clarity, you'll burn out. But if you visualize yourself running a successful business, interacting with happy clients, watching your bank account grow, solving problems with ease, then when you sit down to build that business, you already know who you're becoming. That mental rehearsal builds certainty. And in business, certainty is everything. Another real-world example? Athletes use this all the time. Olympians don't just train their bodies, they train their minds. Before a race, many of them close their eyes and mentally run every step. They see the track, hear the starter pistol, feel their muscles firing, and guess what? MRI scans show that the brain activity during visualization is nearly identical to the real thing. That's not placebo, that's science, and it applies to you too, whether you're launching a startup, finding love, or learning guitar. So how do you make visualization part of your daily rhythm? Here's a simple 3-step technique you can use starting tonight. 1. Set the scene. Pick one goal, just one. Be specific. Not, I want to be happy. Try, I want to feel fulfilled running my own online business. 2. Create the movie Close Your Eyes. Picture it happening right now. Where are you? What's around you? What sounds do you hear? What emotions are flooding your body? Make it so vivid you can almost touch it. 3. Repeat and feel. Do this every morning or every night. 2 minutes, that's it. But feel it, not like a wish, like a memory from your future. Here's the truth. You don't get the life you want. You get the life you're aligned with. And alignment starts in your mind. Visualization is the tool that helps you bridge the gap between who you are now and who you're meant to become. Let's go deeper, because this next part isn't about imagination, it's about rewiring. If visualization is the fuel, your subconscious mind is the engine. It's the part of your brain that runs in the background, making 90% of your decisions without you even realizing it. And here's the kicker. Your subconscious doesn't care what's true. It cares what's familiar. So if your past has been filled with failure, rejection, or disappointment, that becomes the script your subconscious replays over and over. Not because it's punishing you, but because it thinks that's safe. It's like a thermostat set to 68 degrees. Even if you turn up the heat with a few good days, your subconscious will pull you right back down, unless you change the setting. And that's where visualization becomes your most powerful tool. Imagine this. You're standing in front of a locked vault. Inside that vault is your upgraded identity. Confident, focused, wealthy, loved. Visualization is the combination code. Every time you practice it, you dial in the numbers. Emotion by emotion, scene by scene. Until one day, click, the lock opens, and suddenly you're showing up in life as that version of you, not because you're pretending, but because your subconscious finally believes it. Let me give you a real-world story. There's a man named Jim Carrey. Long before he was a Hollywood icon, he was broke, living in his car, no connections, no offers. But every single night, he would drive to Mulholland Drive in LA, look out over the city, and visualize one thing: his future self. He pictured himself acting in movies. He imagined signing big deals. He even wrote himself a fake $10 million check for acting services rendered, and kept it in his wallet. Years later, he was cast in Dumb and Dumber and paid exactly $10 million. Was it magic? Number, it was focus, alignment, repetition. He rehearsed it until it felt inevitable. That's the power of visualizing with belief. But let's be honest, most people give up way too soon. They try it for a few days. They don't feel different yet. They start doubting themselves again, and their subconscious wins. The old story creeps back in. This is pointless. Nothing ever works for me. I'm not like those people who make it. And boom, the same cycle begins again. That's why discipline matters more than hype. Visualization isn't about instant results. It's about long-term identity construction. It's about building a new emotional home. One thought, one picture, one session at a time. So let's talk about how to go deeper with your practice. Because once you move past just seeing the goal, you'll enter the real power zone. 1. Visualize from the end. Instead of seeing yourself working toward the goal, visualize yourself already living it. Not wanting wealth, but already financially secure. Not trying to be fit, but already walking confidently in your ideal body. Your brain starts to ask, what kind of person does this version of me have to be? And that question rewires your decisions automatically. Second anchor with emotion. Your subconscious speaks the language of emotion. That's how it learns. So don't just watch the scene in your mind like a movie. Step into it. Feel the joy, the pride, the peace. Hear the conversations. Feel the sun on your skin, the texture in your hands, the energy in your chest. If you can feel it, your brain files it like a lived experience. That's how you bypass the conscious mind and imprint directly onto the subconscious. 3. Watch for resistance. Sometimes during visualization, an old thought sneaks in. You could never afford that. That's not realistic. This is just a fantasy. Good. That's your old programming showing up. You're stirring the waters. That's when you lean in and double down. You say, this version of me is real. I might not be there yet, but this is where I'm going. And I belong there. Speak to your subconscious like a stubborn child, firm, loving, certain, because if you don't write the story, your past will. Still doubting this? Think about professional sports teams. They now hire mental coaches alongside physical trainers. Why? Because if the mind isn't on board, the body won't follow. Top NFL quarterbacks visualize entire plays before games. Tennis players rehearse each swing, each serve, before stepping onto the court, because your brain doesn't just record your reality, it rehearses your reality into existence. And this isn't limited to the elite. Single moms, college students, startup founders, thousands of ordinary people use visualization to break through trauma, poverty, addiction, and completely rewrite their futures. all by creating a stronger picture than the one life gave them. And if you still think it's just mindset, let me tell you something deeper. Your beliefs are not facts. They're just repeated thoughts with emotion behind them, which means they can be overwritten. You weren't born doubting yourself. You weren't born afraid of money or love or success. That was downloaded into you. Now, you get to choose what stays and what gets deleted. You've come this far. You've seen how visualization isn't some soft concept. It's mental strength. It's how the world's top 1% think, train, and transform. But now comes the part where 99% of people drop the ball, taking action from the vision. Because let's make something clear, visualization alone won't change your life. You can't just close your eyes, picture success, then go back to scrolling Instagram for 3 hours. You have to walk the bridge you just built in your mind. This is where the real magic happens. When vision meets action, that's when reality starts to bend. Here's how it works. Let's say you visualize yourself as someone confident, energetic, and sharp. Now you're in line at Starbucks. Do you look down and mumble your order? Or do you stand up, make eye contact, and speak clearly? One is the old you, the other is the visualized you. And here's the key. The faster you take action that matches your vision, the faster your brain rewires to make it real. You don't wait to become that person. You act like them now, even when it feels awkward, even when it feels fake. Because the truth is, it's not fake. It's unfamiliar. And everything great starts there. This is what neuroscientists call neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to physically rewire itself based on what you do, feel, and think consistently. Each time you visualize with emotion and then follow it up with a small aligned action, you're laying down new neural pathways. You're not just changing your day, you're changing your default setting. Think of your subconscious like a GPS. Visualization is where you set the destination. Action is how you start the engine. Together, unstoppable. But let's simplify this. You don't need an hour. You don't need incense. You don't even need quiet. What you need is intentionality. So here's a simple 90-second visualization ritual you can do every single day, starting tomorrow. The 90-second vision shift. Close your eyes. Picture one moment from your ideal life, just one. Maybe it's laughing in your dream home. Maybe it's seeing a deposit hit your account. Maybe it's hugging your future partner after a long day. Make it cinematic. Add color, sound, emotion, dialogue. See yourself in the scene, not watching from outside, but inside it. Breathe into it. Let your body feel what your mind is seeing. Pride, peace, excitement, relief. Now open your eyes and ask, what would the version of me in that scene do next? Then do that. Even if it's small, drink water like someone who values their health. Open your laptop like someone building an empire. Speak like someone who deserves to be heard. That's the real magic of visualization. It trains you to make micro decisions from your future identity, not your past. Let's be real. Life will still throw curveballs. There will be days you forget. There will be moments you doubt. But now you have a weapon, a tool, a practice. And that's more than most people will ever give themselves. You've already proven you're not most people because you've come this far. And maybe this message didn't find you by accident. Maybe this was your subconscious calling you forward. Maybe it's time you stopped trying to change your life and started becoming the person who already lives it. Let's wrap up with this thought. Change your thoughts and you change your world. Norman Vincent Peale. That quote isn't motivational wallpaper, it's a formula. Your thoughts create your vision. Your vision directs your emotions. Your emotions fuel your behavior, and your behavior shapes your results. It all starts in your mind. So here's your challenge. Every morning this week, visualize your future for 90 seconds. Then take one small action that aligns with that vision. Do this for 7 days. Don't skip. Don't edit. Just do it. At the end of those 7 days, watch how your confidence changes. Watch how the world starts reacting differently. Watch how reality begins to shift, not because the world changed, but because you did. You rewired your identity, you flipped the switch, and now it's time to walk into what's already yours. If this resonated with you, don't just click away. Reflect, rewire, rise. Subscribe to Arcane Decode and unlock the secrets your soul has been waiting for. Your future isn't waiting, it's remembering. Let's decode it together.